Welcome to Pakistan. We're Luke and Sabrina, and today is day 2 of our tour here with Manaky. Today we are in the city of Lahore in Punjab province, Pakistan. We're gonna have a full day, all day of eating, exploring the sites of ancient Lahore, tasting tons of Pakistani street food. Stay tuned until the end, you're not gonna wanna miss it. Let's go eat some Pakistani food. This morning we're having a traditional Punjabi breakfast. Well, this is a breakfast found all around Pakistan, and it's naan Chanay, so chickpea curry, and they actually have a couple different kinds here. They've even got one with a boiled egg I think I'm gonna try. And he's got this pot. It's probably the biggest pot. I think I keep saying that here in Pakistan, but it's just a massive pot, and lots of hungry customers. So there's 2 pieces to naan chanay. The chanay, which we just saw, and then the naan, the fresh bread that they're cooking in the tandoor oven here. And he kind of leans his entire body into that tandoor to stick them onto the side. I don't blame him because it's really cold here in Lahore today, and that has a nice heat coming out of it. Our naan chanay has arrived, and here is the chanay, the chickpea with a masala of spices and actually a boiled egg in the middle. This is a super famous breakfast here in Punjab, especially in Lahore, and I love how there's an egg. It makes it just such a classic breakfast. And check this out, this is their naan, and they actually made it into a little heart for us. It's almost like latte art, but naan art. And tons of sesame seeds on there. Oh, super hot still. And I'll just try, before I try the egg, just try some of those chickpeas. Yum. That is so good. It's so simple, but there's also so much flavor at the same time. It's just chickpeas, but there's so much flavor packed in there. It's not spicy, it's definitely toned down as this is a breakfast dish. It feels light for breakfast. Oh, and I didn't even mention how good this naan is. Tons of sesame. So fluffy. Oh man. Tear off a piece of this egg and get some of the chanay. The fact that this is just a simple breakfast dish makes me kind of envious at how good food here in Pakistan really is.
You gotta have this to start the day. The doodh patti here in Pakistan, only made with milk. You can see on top, there is like a film forming from that fresh milk, and it smells absolutely incredible. So, let's give it a try. It looks really hot. Whoa. Okay, this one is much different than yesterday's. Oh my god, Luke, you're gonna love this. Wow, what an amazing breakfast, and that egg inside really fills you up. But we are not quite done for the morning yet. We are heading to have our second breakfast. We are going to have Nihari just down the street.
Pakistan, Puri world #1 Nihari, Waris Nihari.
#1
#1 Nihari, Waris Nihari.
Wow.
Langia dolo.
We have come to Waris Nihari for a big plate of Nihari. You can see it just arrive at the table. This is a stew that has been cooked for a very long time. It's full of meat, brain, and also bone marrow, and it's in this really thick, rich broth, which has been thickened with wheat. And just look at that layer of oil on top. There's even a film forming here. And then there's some condiments on the table. We have some lemon, we have ginger, and also chili. And then it's also served, of course, with some bread on the side. All right, let's try to get a little bit of everything. Oh wow, look how thick it is. So this is definitely a little bit of brain right here. I'll give that a try first. Try not to get too much. Oh no, no, no. There we go. Very oily in your mouth. The brain has no flavor. It's just very chewy and creamy, as expected. All right, let's go in for one more bite with the meat. So it's recommended to sprinkle a little bit of lemon juice on top to add some flavor. This looks like a nice piece of meat right here. This is beef Nihari. That was a good recommendation to put the lemon on top. That tastes amazing.
So we've come to the Delhi Gate, the famous Delhi Gate, one of 6 that remain of 12 that used to be, that made up the entrances to the walled city of Lahore. So there used to be a wall, there's some parts of it left, but this is a really famous gate. So we're gonna check out the gate and then we're gonna go in and see what the old walled city of Lahore has to offer.
Behind me is Wazir Khan Mosque. This is in the heart of the walled city of Lahore. The man who built this was from Persia, so you can see a lot of examples of Persian art and architecture here, and this is just a wonderful place to marvel at the beauty. We are at the top and there is a beautiful view over the other minarets and the rest of the city, and the call to prayer is just about to start, or just started. These guys right behind me here are dyeing clothes traditionally, and then they hang them up to dry right over top of the street.
The textile industry here in Pakistan is enormous. It's the #1 export, and just on the other side of the Delhi gate you can find all these shops selling different kinds of textiles, making them and dyeing them right here in the walled city, and you can find all kinds of gorgeous different types of things. For dinner, we have come to have fish fry at the famous Bashir Daru Mahi. This is the oldest fish fry restaurant here in Lahore. They're using a river fish and covering it in a graham flour and then cooking it away in these massive cauldrons of bubbling hot oil. And those are some huge pieces of fish. Very famous dish here in Lahore. So we're gonna order some up and try it out.
It is time to try the fish fry. It looks absolutely incredible. Let's just go straight in. There's a little bit of bones in there, so you have to be a little careful. Pull out a, oh, whoa. Look at that chunk. It is just steaming hot. That is so crispy on the outside, and the meat is just very tender. There's actually a spice that's now building in my mouth. It's very flavorful, but no fishy flavor, just very fresh. Okay, so we're gonna add a little bit of apricot chutney. Look at that, wow. Grab a piece of fish on this massive chunk of fish. All right, let's give that a try. Wow, that apricot chutney is so fruity. That's like the perfect sweet and sour sauce, and blended with that fish, it's a great balance. That's so good.
So for dessert after that fish fry, we're having gulab jamun, which is these little kind of dumplings that are soaked with sugar syrup. And look at that. It is weighing my plastic spoon. It honestly feels like it's gonna break my spoon because there's so much sugar syrup in this. It's served hot, and I've been warned it's pretty hot, so I'll try to bite a nap. Wow. That is so sweet. In a weird way, it reminds me of cotton candy because it's just basically pure sugar on the inside. It's almost like melted cotton candy. And then you get this really, really soft ball that contains and soaks up all of that sugar syrup. That is a good way to cut the really quite oily and crunchy fried fish. Is it cold or what?
It's freezing out here at night. I am not used to these winter temperatures. What is this? Dinner was delicious.
For our second dinner tonight, we have come to But Karahi. They're serving Karahi, which is actually the kind of wok that they're cooking the dish in. You can get mutton or chicken, and they have the live chickens here even. And then you can see behind me, they have the mutton fresh, cooking with a ton of butter, of course, tons of spices, and it is just insanity here. And they serve it in the actual Karahi, the dish that's cooked in.
Just watching them cook up the chickens here while they're slaughtering chickens directly behind it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it doesn't get more real than this.
Our Karahi has arrived. We ordered up the mutton, and just check out the size of this thing. It looks incredible. So we've got a lot going on here. It's really beautifully presented too. So tons of pieces of mutton. We've got some sliced lemon, tons of ginger, some parsley on top. There's even some little chilies in there, and it smells absolutely incredible. Let's dig in. Gonna go in with the big spoon here. Make sure I get lots of the toppings, the ginger and everything too. And of course, like everything here, we're gonna eat it with some bread. The atmosphere here is absolutely insane. Sitting right on the side of the street, they're cooking different street food behind me. You go in for a bite, grab a piece of the mutton karahi. Oh, that feels so tender. Oh man, I'm excited. That just melts in your mouth. The mutton completely disintegrated as soon as I put it in my mouth. The way that it's cooked here just really tenderizes it. You get a little bit of the ginger kind of spice going on, and then there's so much going on in there. I can taste the fresh vegetables they use to make the base. You can hear this guy cooking like crazy behind me. The atmosphere just adds to the experience. You can get chicken, but mutton was recommended to us as the karahi to try. Oh man. So butt karahi is one of arguably Lahore's most famous restaurants, and for good reason. This is insanely good mutton karahi.
The meat is so tender, but honestly, I love the additions to it. The cilantro and the ginger on top just give it that extra kick that it doesn't even need on its own. Oh, this is so delicious.
Guys. What a second dinner here in Pakistan, and I'll tell you what, our Manaky crew can really eat. We had the fried fish, we had 2 of the karahis, and now we're going for dessert. So the same brand, the Butt brand, has a Butt Sweet, so a dessert shop, and they've got a couple different types of halwa, carrot and pumpkin. We ended up going with all 3 different kinds that they have. They have pumpkin halwa, and this is a carrot halwa, and there's actually boiled eggs in this one, and then lentil halwa. I really am interested in trying this pumpkin one out first. Semolina mixed with lots of sugar, lots of desi ghee. Yeah. That is just super, super sweet, super hot, served nice and fresh. Let's try the carrot one out next. It almost looks like Chinese tomatoes with eggs, but it's not. It's carrots. Same taste, a little bit different texture. I can feel some crunchy bits of maybe sugar or halwa in there. And then, last but not least, the dal, the lentil version. Oh wow, that one's completely different. That one's almost just like eating brown sugar. It's very crunchy actually. I gotta give it up for the pumpkin. Pumpkin is so good. It's got a nice fresh flavor. Yeah, kind of made it. That's day 2 in Pakistan in the books. I want to say a massive, huge thank you to our sponsor for our Pakistan series, Manaky. It's like the Airbnb of Pakistan. You can book tours on their website, and you can come here to Pakistan, experience the beauty of this country, the amazing culture, friendly people, and of course, delicious food. So huge thank you to Manaky. Check them out. All of the information is down in the description box. Sabrina, what was the best thing we ate today?
I'm sure you're going to agree, but the naan Chanay
was
so good. Oh, what a great way to start the day.
Yeah, that is seriously like the best breakfast in the world. Yeah. I agree, that was my favorite as well. Make sure if you haven't already subscribed, hit the bell icon so you're notified, and we'll see you again for Pakistan soon. Bye-bye. Bye.